All right, Shalom and Barakathum. Blessings unto the believing brothers and sisters, you Akim and Yuakwath. All praises be to the Most High God, Yahweh, Bahashem Yabushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. All praises be to the Most High God, Yahweh, and his son, whose name is Yahushai. And this is the brother Sakallah back with a lesson all through the Spirit. And I'm going to start here reading from this article, this is the premise of the lesson. And the title is from www.multifamilydive.com. And the title, as you see here on the screen, it says Trump proposes cutting $33 billion in the HUD funding, including Section 8. So this is speaking about, proposed cuts is coming to Section 8, as you see cuts going on all across the government, in the world for that matter, with the tariffs, so much going on. Now, economically, there's a major societal shift that's underway. And that societal shift is going to lead, to the destruction of Babylon and the infrastructure, but ultimately the money system is about to change. And we know the chip is being presented and being prepared. Now, with that being said, we're going through those birth pains. And part of those birth pains is that this societal shift that's going on is about to cause a lot of people, right, to get left out and get left behind, because this is ultimately the doing of the Most High God, Yahweh. This is the Most High's doing. He promised that this will happen. Now, we'll get the scriptures here. I just want to start here. It says, in his budget plan for fiscal year 2026, President Donald Trump has proposed cutting a total of $32.9 billion in funding, it says, to HUD. So these are the proposals, $32.9 billion. And that's a big number. Now, HUD stands for the Department of Housing and Urban Development, which is a big part of the government when it comes to housing as a whole within America, within Babylon. So there's vouchers that they give and money that's allotted yearly that now they want to cut back, a major part of that, because Babylon is broke and is circling the drain fast and it can't be healed according to the Holy Scriptures. It goes on to say the plan includes $26.7 billion cut to federal rental aid. So these vouchers, now they're going to look at how they can cut them, which means a lot of people that's on Section 8 are not going to receive assistance as before. Some people generationally. Continuing on, approximately 40% of the total and would essentially end Section 8 and other housing voucher programs. So this would essentially end Section 8. Now this is pretty heavy. It says instead of providing aid at the federal level, the budget proposes creating a grant program to send rental assistance funds to states. It would terminate many federal regulations, incentivize states and private sector to provide affordable housing, and work in tandem with efforts to open public lands to development. The budget empowers states by transforming the current federal dysfunctional rental assistance programs into a state-based formula, it says grant, which would allow states to design their own rental assistance programs based on their unique needs and preferences. It says the budget reads. So this is all budget changes is coming. Now it goes on to speak more and more, but I got the part that I wanted to get, which is this is a major societal shift that's underway. Now I want to show something else. I have something here. Now, what does this mean? What does this mean? Now, if you go here and you look it up, and I have other stats, but I just wanted to go with this one. It says while precise statistics on the exact percentage of Black women on Section 8 can be challenging to find, it's estimated that Black households make up a significant portion of Section 8 voucher holders, around 45%. Furthermore, a large portion, 72% of Section 202 housing units, this would be all those that receive vouchers or some sort of assistance from the government for housing, which often serve as an alternative to Section 8, are also home to female-headed households. So more than 70%, almost 3/4 are women. Now, what does this all mean? What does this all mean? What this means is this. Isaiah 32 in verse 1. I just wanted to get a few precepts. This is an impromptu lesson. Just want to get a few precepts, just going into the fact that this is a major societal shift which is underway, which is taking place. And only the elect are going to be protected. The elect, here we're speaking about women predominantly, but in general, the elect is who the Most High is concerned with. This is Isaiah 32, so the elect are going to be able to receive this understanding and receive protection and be able to be saved out of it. Because a tidal wave is coming, a storm is coming, and only the believers are made privy to it through the Spirit of the Most High to be able to save themselves. Now, the word is going out, whether people hear or forbear, but only the elect are going to be able to receive it, to protect themselves, to be clothed in righteousness, to have this wisdom and knowledge, which is going to be the stability of our times. Isaiah 32 in verse 1, behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. So this will be underneath Yahushua, who the world calls Christ, the anointed. Verse 2, and a man shall be in a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. So it says here in verse 2, that a man shall be in hiding place from the wind. So the storm that's coming, a man is going to be refuge. A man. Now, let's see if this is speaking about any kind of man. This is Isaiah 13. This comes to mind in verse 12. It says, and I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So the Most High said he's going to make a man more precious than fine gold. Now let's see who those men are speaking about. Because he said a man is going to be like shelter when the storm comes, which is the time of Jacob's trouble. So he says he's going to make a man more precious than fine gold. Lamentations 4 and 1. How is the gold? We're speaking about the fine gold, right? In Isaiah, the 13th chapter. Lamentations 4 and 1. How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The precious sons of Zion, which will be the sons of the Most High, the men of Israel, starting with the elect. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter. So the sons of Zion, the precious sons, starting with the elect men, is who this is speaking about. Here in Isaiah 13 and 12, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Going back to Isaiah 32 and 2, it says, and a man shall be in a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest. So a righteous man is going to be like fine gold. A righteous man is going to be protection. A righteous man is actually going to be who the Most High is going to use predominantly, right? Starting with the elect men, with the 144,000, and the believers is going to be joined unto those men, is how you're going to have, the protection of God, of the Most High, how you're going to be preserved. And a covert from the tempest, as the rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. That would be like, having a covering. So the righteous men are going to be the covering. Isaiah 32 and 3, and the eyes of them that shall see shall not be dim, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken. Meaning, right now we have a lot of Israelites that's not listening or adhering to the truth, but the believers are going to actually, ears are going to be open and eyes are going to be open. Continuing on, verse 4, the heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge, those that might be against this faith right now, against this understanding, but those that are the believers are going to come back into it. It's a promise from the Most High. The heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge, and the tongue of the stammerers shall be ready to speak plainly. Verse 5, the vile person shall no more be called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. So this major societal shift and reforming and reformatting, right, of the world as we understand it, this new rule and new age, which is the rule of Israel, Isaiah 45 and 17, that's what's upon us. Now, let's go down to the point. This is verse 8. It was speaking about the liberal. But the liberal devises liberal things, and by liberal things shall he stand. So a lot of people in this liberal society here in the Western world, in America, and the Western world in general, which would be the Americas, Europe, in various parts of the world, uh, Australia, New Zealand, these various parts of the world, they are very liberal. That's just to name a few. It says people are going to stand for liberal things. They stand for a liberal society, the freedom of choice, the freedom of religion, the freedom to do what you want to do, the freedom to sin, do as thou wilt. So most people stand for liberal things. Isaiah 32:9, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. So these numbers, it's a saying in the world, men lie and women lie, but numbers don't lie. So roughly, allegedly around 45%, and this is speaking about so-called black women, would be the women of the tribes. And I said altogether, over 70%. So that's a great percentage of women that, when it comes to housing, depend on the government for that. These would be women that receive these vouchers. So this would be in the millions. I think I was looking up the stats on North Carolina here, and the stats here, it was like 200,000+. So in many states, you have, especially the bigger population centers, you have 100, anywhere from 100 to 400,000 or 500,000 people that's on these programs. So that shows you how significant this is. So here it says, Isaiah 32:9, the Lord speaking through Isaiah to his people. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. So a lot of our women today are at ease. They're at rest. They're at peace. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Because so here in Babylon, our people have become careless. You know, they don't care no more. Everything's about self, money. But what about when the money is cut off, is what this is telling us. You know, what about when, you know, the trucks to the stores are not bringing, you know, supplies and goods. And we're talking about, you know, shelter here. The basic necessities. Isaiah 32:10, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. So all of these big time jobs, right? This is the way that the society has set up women to be able to thrive. That's about to go away, is what the scriptures are telling us. Now, let me get this real quick. I'm going to get a few more. And once again, this is impromptu. I just wanted to make a quick point when I read this article. Now, this is Sirach 5:1. It says, set thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life. Follow not thine own mind. It says, and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart, which is Proverbs 3:5. Lean not on your own understanding. And say not, who shall control me for my works? For the Adonai will surely revenge thy pride. Say not, I have sinned, and what harm have happened unto me? Well, I'm living good. I mean, yeah, I might not be, keeping the commandments and the high holy days, and I might not believe I'm an Israelite here in these last days, but I'm still out here living good. I got a good job. I got a lot of good benefits. My family is doing well. You know, I got investments. I got a plan A, B, C. You know, I have different options as far as monetary. You know, I got a portfolio people speak about. I have so much equity, you know, in my business, in my home. Say not I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto me. For the Lord Yahweh is long suffering. He will in no wise let thee go. Now, why is this important? Let's go down to the point. Verse 7, make no tarrying to turn to the Adonai, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Adonai come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So in the security of the society is how a lot of people are going to be destroyed. Isaiah 32 in verse 11, tremble ye women that are at ease. Why is it saying this? Because the numbers don't lie. 72% of the people that's on these programs are women. 3/4. And a lot of them are Israelite women as well. Tremble ye women that are at ease. Be troubled ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. That's in Isaiah the 3rd chapter, where the Most High said he's going to strip our women, starting with the Israelite women. And he's going to strip them and make them bare, meaning take away all the things, all the beautification and things that they have here today that's made their life so good and so easy. And once again, so carefree. And sackcloth is mourning, so the Most High is bringing mourning. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine, for the way the society was set up. You know, the way that this society was set up for women to thrive. They're going to lament for it. And what is that lamenting going to be? The time of Jacob's trouble. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yea, upon the houses of joy in the joyous city, also known as the city of confusion, Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, the land of the north, Arsareth. These are all names for America or Babylon. Verse 14, because the palaces shall be forsaken, the multitude of the cities shall be left, the forts and towers shall be for dens forever, a joy of wild asses, a pasture of flocks, until the Spirit be poured upon us from on high, and the wilderness be a fruitful field, and the fruitful field be counted for a forest. Then judgment shall dwell in the wilderness, and righteousness remain in the fruitful field. And the work of righteousness shall be peace, and the effect of righteousness is his quietness and assurance forever. And my people shall dwell in a peaceable habitation, and in sure dwellings, and in quiet resting places. So it's going to take hell, right, and chaos to bring order and peace and righteousness on the earth. And that's all by the will of the Most High God, Yahweh and the Son, Yahweh Shah. So we see, you know, that there is a major societal shift that's underway. So I pray that this lesson was edifying to you, believing brothers and sisters. I want to give all praises, infinite honor, and glory to the God of heaven and earth, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. All praises be to the Most High God, Yahweh, and his Son, whose name is Yahweh Shai. Honors be to the elect elders of the nation of Israel, Barakim La, Habayath, Madabadah. Blessings to the house of David, which ye brothers laboring, and to the Akim wa Akwaf, brothers and sisters that also listen and believe on the glorious gospel that's being preached throughout the four corners of the earth. Unto you, I say Shalom, Shalom, and Barakatah and Barakatham.